and they wonder why. And well, the reason is a lot of what I wrote in the book was based on my past. It was probably the darkest time of my life because I had lost everything. I had lost my home. I had lost all of my finances, and I thought that things were supposed to get better, and they didn't seem to be getting better. They seemed to be getting worse. But I still held that faith that one day all of it would make sense. Recently, I've come to the conclusion that we create our own suffering and we create our own peace. We are in charge. That expression, "Judge not, lest you shall be judged," I mean, that is true. When you judge certain situations to be terrible, and they end up being terrible, did you ever think that possibly that seed of judgment was what gave birth to that event? Or have you ever looked at someone who you thought was a cruel person, and you initially got that sting in your chest, like that person's out to get me, and then they turn out to be the very thing that you judged them to be? Well, what if how you perceive others is what you create? In Scripture, it says that through God's Word, all things were created. All things were created by the Son, through the Son, for the Son. That His Word, His spoken Word is what gave birth to it all. Isn't it true that our thoughts are what create? Isn't it true that what you think becomes? The more passionate you are about something, the more likely you are to experience that which you're passionate about. The reason why people fail in life is not because they aren't given the gift. It's not that they're not given the creativity or the knowledge or the wisdom. The reason why people fail in life is because they don't believe that they can do it. They don't have faith. And faith is the evidence of things hoped for. It's the substance of things that are not seen. God calls things. He calls things that are not as if they are. And we are made in the likeness of God. We can create all things by what we think. If we call things that are not as if they are, if we say, "I'm going to pay off my house. I'm going to get that job that I wanted. I am going to have a best-selling book. I'm going to have a major motion picture." If you believe and you call those things which are not as if they are, they become. We create our destinies. We create our suffering. We create our peace. It is time for everyone to stop saying, "Woe is me," to stop saying, "Oh, isn't this like me? Always, wherever I go, there's a dark cloud." It's time we say the clouds are parting. It's time that we see life in all of its glory. I took all of my pain and all of my suffering, and I created